What's up? What's up? How's your week? Like, give us the breakdown. What do we miss?
Yep, my week, well, my week has been all about me. Today is what, Tuesday, yeah?
Yep.
It's been all about me, pretty much. So, with the whole lockdown pandemic thingy,
Yeah.
one has to look for ways to develop themselves, and I've been head, nose deep, knee deep, face deep, eye deep into data science, sorry. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I've just like been, trying to familiarize myself with the concepts and then the methods and the ways around it. So, like, I don't know, time has really been passing by and I've not really noticed because I'm really enjoying it. This last Sunday was when they did the MINA to see 10 versus 10.
Oh, that this thing that's to do on Instagram.
Yeah, MINA to see we're supposed to do theirs this past Sunday, 2 days ago. Like
Oh,
10 hits against 10 hits and stuff like that on IG Live.
yeah. I
God, I
think Sharon told me to connect to it and check. I watched it for like 5 minutes or so.
how was it? Did it slap?
It was okay, Sha. It was okay. And you know, I don't know. There's a thing about watching celebs on IG. Like,
I thought you're a big IG person. I thought that was your forte.
I love IG. I love IG. I just don't like celebs on IG.
The hell? Like, if you ask me, celebs are like 70% IG.
Yeah, but I generally don't follow celebs on IG. Like, I came
Bro,
out
isn't
one day and wiped
all
all the
celebs.
celebs from my IG. There are very
Wait, don't
few of
put all
them now
celebs.
that are my distant. Like, I,
Oh,
I don't really care much about what the video is doing or Whiskey is doing or whatever. Like, they are fine where they are. My my fanness doesn't reach that level. I'm more interested in what is happening in the lives of people that actually know. And I'm not saying it to cast anybody that is following celebs and stuff. Me, I'm just like that is how me I like more Nigeria.
hmm. Okay. I've been
Yeah.
off IG for like months now, and God, it feels so good. Like, it
Abi.
feels so good to not have that temptation to just, unlock my phone and go straight to Instagram and just start looking at an endless stream of pictures and like what does it do? And
Uh,
anytime I hear anybody now talking about the whole thing or they see people online and make them feel some type of way or make them feel I'm just like, oh, but
oh,
why are you doing this to yourself, though? Like, I mean, you can easily regulate this. And that's not necessarily what even bothers me about Instagram, but I know that it's one of the side effects, sure.
mm,
But there's a shit ton of people whom, like, they go on Instagram and they start to feel some type of way, and then, they feel intimidated by the lavishness and all that. And unfortunately, they keep flocking to it still. It's like nectar to be.
yeah. I think one thing people don't understand, people because like there's a lot of I tend to see a lot of whining on Instagram and WhatsApp especially because like those are my two major social media. I think to be frank, I don't think I care about all the rest. I don't care about Snapchat because a lot of Nigerians that have sent Snapchat requests to from last year. Some of them is this year that they just started accepting it because of lack of data. So I find Snapchat generally very boring. I'm hardly ever on Facebook. Facebook is for relatives, like older relatives and stuff. But Instagram and
Standard.
WhatsApp that I use, I'll say let me put WhatsApp on one side first. But Instagram, you're in control of everything, which is the same thing with all your social media. For example, now me, I don't like seeing posts about sports. So generally, there's no post about sports on my Instagram
So
at all.
you don't
Yeah.
you don't mess with any sports at all.
I love sports, so I love different sports and different athletes. But I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to see it on my Instagram at all.
Why? What's the reason behind it?
Sometimes it just gets to like I just things I want to relax with should be relaxing, and sometimes the whole thing gets too competitive and like no when I want to watch the competition I'll just watch the game itself. So Like, I'm not really for that. And then following the athletes will kind of go against my own rule of following the celeb. Like, I really don't want to care about what the celeb is up to. So generally, it's just like the thing is, if for example now you upload a picture, like I see you graduated, I'm like, okay, I know this guy, like something is happening in his life. I'm happy for you. I can relate to that. Versus maybe Wizkid now bought a new Bentley. I'm like, I can be happy for him, but you're not feeling that genuine happiness. I don't even know him. And this would be like his 40th car. So, and
Yeah,
then
like
anything that kind of like I know that will affect me negatively, like this kind, if I see something now, it might rub me some type of way. I don't still hesitate to mute. Like there are people on my Instagram that are mute, completely mute. Like I muted their post, I muted their status. Like it's like just before we started this meeting itself, there's somebody I muted itself. Like she followed me recently. Like we haven't spoken yet, but then like she was just there. The thing is, these days I can't tend to avoid unnecessary friendships with
you know
people.
the person.
I know the person, but
Okay.
the babes used to follow me anyhow. So my page is private, and that tends to
Okay,
attract
hot
people.
boy.
As in,
Hot boy.
let's feel ourselves, let's feel ourselves.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
like the thing is, okay, so she put a post in her status, Abby, like a the one of the main trends on Instagram is Twitter. So people always go and like lift like quotes that people write on Twitter as their tweets. The savage
Okay.
replies
Yeah.
and shit, of which I'm not
Yeah.
necessarily a big fan of, and put on there. So the thing, many Nigerians in diaspora could have
Mm-hmm.
Nigerian flag in their bio next to the flag of the country they are in.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So most times people outside do that thing so that another person outside that is a Nigerian that sees their bio can identify, okay, this is a Nigerian that's in UK, this is a Nigerian that's in Luxembourg, this is a Nigerian that's in US, stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
is the Nigerian flag is there first of all, cool, showing that I'm a Nigerian, like this is who I
Yeah.
am. And then the second
Yeah.
one is like, okay, this is where I am. Even Nigerians
Yeah.
that move to
Mm-hmm.
Canada and stuff, you see, especially the Canadian Nigerians are the ones that even do this the most. Like, there's that Canadian flag that's always there.
Seems like a highly effective way for an instant meetup.
Exactly. Because, one funny thing, is most of these countries are big. America is so big, it has 6 time zones. So, you might be somewhere
Yeah.
and never have met another Nigerian. Like, it's not everybody that comes to America and goes to Houston, for example. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you come to the Mississippi Delta now, you will never find a Nigerian there. Now you go to Instagram, you're just scrolling through. Maybe you see a name that seems familiar, or maybe I comment on a post, and then you are
Do
doing
you
your
do that
FBN.
too? Do you have the Nigerian flag and then the American flag beside?
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
It has been there since it's never today.
wow. So you all do actually literally have a format, a particular format you follow.
Technically, you know how human beings are. It's kind of like it's just how it is. But Madame came out and then one thing with people that don't do something cool or people that don't have opportunity to do something, like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they try to make you feel guilty for doing what you're doing that does not hurt anybody or hurt them. Like,
That makes a lot of sense. That tracks.
as in, so like this flag in the bio now is so innocuous that you haven't even noticed it. Like, and okay, we've been friends for a long time. So
Well, I'm not really on
if,
edge like that. I don't know if I'm exactly the
people do it
person.
on Twitter too. Many Twitter handles have flags inside
Okay.
stuff and stuff. Like, but
Well, yeah, I've actually never noticed it really.
it's not something you would see if you're not looking out for, so to speak. Like, it's just another thing. It's not something that should rub you the wrong way. But
Yeah.
then you have someone now going to make a post on it and then going to now post it in their status and say, you can't tell me the kind of person this kind of person is. But
What
and
did
if
she post?
so, no, she posted, okay, Nigerians will just go to school abroad and then they will put flag like this. Now, so what are you trying to say now? Are you? I'm like, madam, what's your business? Two things. One, I'm a student, cool, so it kind of rubs me the wrong way because it's not as if going to school abroad is something you just decide to go and do. It's not simple. It's not even a simple process to go. Like this kind, the exams are very difficult to write. The exams are very expensive,
I
and
mean,
the
the entry exam, GRE.
GRE and all of that. And in order to even for your GRE to even be considered, it means you already had a good record before that. And that wasn't easy too to do. Like this kind, okay, imagine, okay, we're both electrical engineers now. How easy was school for us?
Not
So,
exactly the easiest.
like, because of kind of, I don't want to be the one shouting jealousy, but I would say it's because of jealousy or for whatever reason it is. Someone will now want to kind of make your own accomplishment, like kind of like belittle it just because it's rubbing them off some type of way. And this is the kind of person, like because the person I'm actually talking about is
Mm-hmm.
someone that will take a domestic flight from Lagos to Abuja and be snapping in the airport. I'm like, so why are you feeling? And this Instagram, that's what Instagram is for. Instagram is meant for vanity. Like people are supposed to be
True.
vain. Uh-huh. So
Exactly.
if people's vanity don't meld with your own, naturally you're supposed to just do what I do. Either you remove them from your social media because you're in control of what you see. You curate what you see, what you want to see. So if someone is posting stuff that you don't like or people have profiles that you don't like, you just remove it and move on. You don't need to kind of comment. And that's the thing that is actually kind of piss me off with. It's partially why I don't even actively even use Twitter like that because like there's that kind of this track of thinking that people always have, like people always feeling better than someone else for not doing something that the people are doing. For example, now you come and look at if someone feels like they want to be posting to Instagram every day, it's their prerogative. If you don't want to, because there are people that don't post in the whole year and then they start feeling like
Mm-hmm.
they're more matured than, and like, why are you on a platform you don't use? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't use Twitter now, for example. Like, I actively don't use it. Like, it has a very specific niche use to me, and that is as far as I use it for. So, for the most part, I won't come to Twitter and be bashing Twitter people. I may not like Twitter,
Yeah.
I may not like it for plenty reasons, but I won't come to Twitter and be saying it, and I won't go to Instagram and be posting about the things I don't like about Twitter. Like, I'll just
Mm-hmm.
kind of like leave them be. It makes my life simpler. And on the Instagram self, so someone like her now, I will just
Yeah.
mute her status because though I don't want to be that guy that okay, small thing, you want to follow somebody or block them or whatever. So Madame has been muted and that's it. I won't see her post. Her post won't piss me off again. So I think same thing goes with people that are being oppressed. Like if you're feeling like somebody's wealth is oppressing you or someone's like achievement is oppressing you. Because these days people don't, like if you have something that you feel you've accomplished, normally you put it out there like that's life because it's
Yeah.
not safe. People come and people barely even talk to each other these days before someone will even ask you, okay, so how far and how is life? And then you tell them. And when you even tell them what you've accomplished, self, they may start even feeling as if you are pointing case, self, okay, I have a status of my accomplishment on my WhatsApp right now. Like, what is my
You.
business? If if it's paining anybody, they can mute me too. Like it's just how it is. But then, people, you keep going there and keep feeling sad. Why? Like, if you know someone that's always posting Gucci shoes, mute them, move on. Like, they will not notice. Like, arrange your social media to make you happy. Like, you're supposed to serve it, you're not supposed to serve it. Like, generally, that's more advice.
Yep.
So, you may not even
Yeah.
need to leave it.
That's just the funny thing is, at the end of the day, people are the whole thing. It's a tool in your hand that you're supposed to use for your own, like personal reasons to achieve things I wanted to. But then, unfortunately, the information that comes on it is just so much that it overwhelms people, and then you just get lost in it. Like the thing you said about Instagram being like it's a vanity really people with their vanity trying to look down on your own vanity. It's like it's vanity competition at the end of the day, and that does not make sense. Like, yeah, you are trying to shame me for something that you will do if you're actually in the same shoes to be able to do.
Yeah.
Like that, it doesn't make sense to me, and that's why I also feel like a lot of those things can be avoided. Whereas, like for me now, I honestly do not see like even you now, quite right. You
Mm.
know what you're doing with the app, and then you even have your, um, you have your use cases for it. You have
Mm.
situations you use it for, and then maybe particular people you follow and particular information they're after. But
Yeah.
still, on still, you still stumble on things like this that for even if it's like for a minute or
Mm. No, okay. I
30
guess
seconds.
it depends on the person, though. Because me now, I'll be very honest, Ko. I have this kind of personality of if I cannot get something, I don't like it. Like, and I don't mean it from a jealousy point of view. I mean it like,
That's what it sounds like, though.
and that's why I heard myself when I said it. That's why I was like, I want to explain. So, for example, now, if I cannot buy an iPhone, I just
Yeah.
take it like I don't like iPhones. iPhones are not for me. And it's not from the point of I don't like iPhones. All of you that use iPhones are bastards, that kind of thing. Like if you get an iPhone, I'm like, okay, good for you. Like this kind of will actually even celebrate you and your stuff, that kind of thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I will not I don't feel jealous for what I cannot get. And if I can get it and I want it, I will go back to my drawing board. Why do I want it? Do I need it or not? If I want it, I can get it, and I've decided I will get it, then I'll just go and get it and I'll move on. And if I can't, that will just be the end of that. But someone's stuff cannot actually make me feel bad about myself. Like it doesn't happen like that for me at all. Because
Yeah.
most things tend to have its own nuance. Sometimes, for example, now something like let me just use the phone as an example. Someone might be with like iPhone 11 now, taking mirror
Yeah.
selfies and stuff, but it might be
Mm-hmm.
cracked phone 11. Like the only thing that may be good on that phone might be the cameras,
Mm-hmm.
and the phone may not even have screen.
Mm-hmm.
You are not seeing that
True.
part.
Yeah.
So, like this kind stuff, generally stuff doesn't. I'm a very content person. Like is
Yeah.
it gets
I
annoying
think I
sometimes, Self.
I think I tend to walk in those lines too, of like how content I can get. So, cause like you only even took it extreme, like okay, there could be a problem with the phone itself. Yeah, I don't even necessarily look at it like that. Sure, I look at it like okay, yeah, so somebody's using an iPhone 11. You really can't even tell how the person got the iPhone 11 in the first place. Can't tell if
Yeah,
maybe the
yeah.
person,
That's actually a big thing.
yeah, you can't tell. Like, there's all these nefarious acts that people can get into, or just even maybe the toiling and the suffering and maybe the grind just
As
to
in,
get that iPhone 11, and then that's
they may
like the
have sold their
price. I
kidney
know
for like this guy.
exactly, like exactly because honestly, she like not to even sound like maybe condescending or something, maybe for lack of
Mm,
a better word. I wish I could insert a better word there. But there's people I would see use an iPhone 11 and I'm just like, okay. Maybe, I don't know how, I don't know why. I don't really know. I really don't even stress myself thinking of it. But it doesn't make sense because the other things you do around you do not justify you using an
getting this
iPhone
stuff
11. You
cool.
can imagine somebody using an iPhone 11 and they are begging somebody to do 1.5 data for you. Like,
Yeah.
okay, but you could actually fetch, take out like over 400K of your money and then buy a phone, and then now 1.5 is the problem. Like, your priorities are they not really kind of misplaced like this? And also for me, all those things don't really bother me because even like okay, I know like my peers now, I know some people are actually driving cars and stuff, but I know what those people do for those cars. Like, I personally know somebody that to buy a car of like 1.3 M, he
Mm.
literally borrowed money from maybe like 18 different people. You get to buy that car, and it's like, what is the point? Like, so what are you trying to achieve now? Buy the car and then make noise about, okay, he made noise about how no, the car was supposed to be like for the business and then to make more money. And then the car came, and then it turned to like a fronting type of thing. Like, I have the car, I don't have the car. And also, it's like, I can literally see that you're actually just fronting. You're just being vain. This thing that you claim to be something very important that you need, it's not that at all. You just want to do this show. And then now
Yeah.
it now got so bad that, okay, pay me back my money, say it back. And now he's just scrambling around and looking for how to actually raise money back. Sometimes he even thinks of selling the car. And I'm like, so what's the point to begin with? You get?
Exactly.
So behind the scenes, you never know what's going on. I also feel like you know your own story, you know your own journey, you know where you're
Yeah.
heading to. Like, that should be all that matters. That should be all that actually counts.
Like
So
this kind, if someone has something that you want, like the thing is, a healthy amount of like jealousy, for as negative as it sounds, it's not too bad because
yep, true. The amount
um
that can drive you and motivate you.
exactly, that's just all you need. Like this kind, okay. If, for example, now that car, the guy wanted, you want to have a car, like just
Mm-hmm.
having a car that you cannot afford is not, it's not really the goal here. Like, so you, what you should kind of look at it is, okay, where I am right now, I cannot afford a car. Why is that?
Yeah,
And then fix that in. So
yeah,
it should motivate you to kind of move yourself to the level where you can afford to have a car and afford to keep a car
yeah.
100%. Like,
That's
because
just it at the end.
it's just so, like me now, I say my social media is very curated. For example, I'm not following too many people, and um I don't let too many people follow me either, because like, what's the point? You have like 10,000 followers. Every post you post, there's like 20 likes, because people don't really care about what, you
That thing
know.
is always very funny to see.
As in, like, there are
Like,
people that
anytime I
followed
see
me
that, I just
recently.
presume it's a bot account. Like, the
Not
followers are bought.
sometimes it's not cool. It's just like, okay, someone now, and this someone is a bunch of people. Like, there's up to 50 of them in my Instagram career, if not more. Someone will follow you, you follow them back, then they unfollow you, so that they will have you
Yeah.
in their following, go in their followers, but then they won't have you in their following, so that they can have that.
I hate those games. I
Me
hate.
now, I have
I
an
don't follow
app
anybody
that
again.
tells me when
Okay,
someone
who
follows me,
follows?
and the app
Well, I used to do all
has a
that
bot,
too.
like this kind. So if someone unfollows me, I
Mm-hmm.
only I only follow regular people. So I see no reason why a regular person should feel like I should be following them and they shouldn't be following me. Because what is on my, there's a lot of people, there's almost 100 people in my pending right now that I'm not agreeing for them to even follow me. Talk about me going to follow them, because I don't know you. I don't care about your life. Why why are you on my social media? Why am I going to be on yours? Like,
But
I
do
don't
you
want
ever wonder
I,
sometimes that what if it is a missed opportunity? You don't know who you could actually follow and then get interested in, and the person too likewise you, and then you all start a conversation, and then it leads to maybe some like the sharing of some ideas and stuff. It is social media at the end of the day. It's supposed to be social on it, and not
like
necessarily to your circle. Like, it's
I,
supposed to bring the world to your doorstep, literally.
yeah, but that's what LinkedIn is for. And
That's professional.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
just
The
strictly
thing is,
professional.
so far, I've been on Instagram since 2011,
Mm-hmm.
and in that 9 years, I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
say that kind of situation has really happened to me, like to the
Well,
extent I
from
would
the way you say you
justify.
monitor your account and you curate your account, is a little wonder now.
I curate a code just to keep up, to keep stuff away that like I'm just not interested in seeing. Like, I don't, you know,
People mail
usually
okay stay.
you see. What are
I
you
said the
talking
people
about?
like me.
There's essentially three things that show up on my Instagram, apart from what they call it. Okay, so there's people's post, which is like the most important part. Then art, and then anime stuff. Like, that's mainly it. Like, those
You
three
don't do
things.
tech.
There's no tech on my Instagram.
Oh, Okay.
There's zero tech. Like the only thing I dabble in on, I'm very, very interested in planes, especially like military planes. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of that.
Yeah, I saw the video you sent me, but I
Watch it
didn't,
yet. No?
something distracted me. Yeah, and I didn't finish it. I'm definitely going to go back and finish it.
So
Because
like
like that jet seemed cool, like
yeah,
really, really
exactly.
cool.
Like there's a lot of like cool military. So like me, I don't curate it for vain purposes per se. Like, I just want to relax and see stuff that makes me happy. Like that's what my social media is to me. It's not. I don't need it for validation. So most of the things that even require validation, I end up like taking them out. So I don't post as much, but I still post regularly, like sometimes, and I also use it to let people that know me know how I'm doing, that kind of thing. So, because for the most part, it's not everybody that has the time to like everybody's just going with on with their life and stuff, and at least if they know that you are okay, you are happy, like it's enough for some people. They don't need to okay, Soji, how far, what's up, what's going on, that kind of thing. Okay, he just entered school. Okay, he just got a job. Okay, he just got married. Stuff like that. Like it's fine. So that's it for me. Like, I don't really. And as to what they call it, as to monitoring like people that follow and unfollow, I don't want to be gathering bots too on my Instagram. So it's not as if it's something I keep up with every day. Like it's on my old phone. So and I turn that on every couple of months. So whenever it is I turn it on, I just go through the ringer. Okay, these are all the people that unfollowed me. Oh, all right, unfollow all of them and then we'll move on. Because on averagely on my posts, I don't think I get more than 100 likes. If there were 20, I wouldn't care because what's my business? It's not a business page. I'm not an influencer. So it's kind of this thing. But when I now start following, because a lot of what you follow will also affect what you see in your explore page. And then
Yeah.
I'll start seeing rubbish in my explore page. Like it's there now, you start seeing people with like Balenciaga shoes and those.
Yeah,
I, I don't want to see UK
chicks with
people in my
unrealistic
explore.
bodies.
Like UK people used to piss me off. Like so, I don't want to see them at all here. It's them that used to do all those. They wear
Thank
that
you.
overcoats, then they'll hold traveling bag.
Thank you. Thank
Like
you for
I
alienating anybody from the UK that could be interested in this.
be interested in this podcast. Don't be interested in my Instagram. Let's put it out there. It's Mona that is talking, so you know which of the two of us to vex with if you want to vex.
Yep. Thank
Mhm.
you all, and really, really recognize it, Mona, M-O-N-A,
Uh-huh.
in
So
case we
like
got it
like
wrong.
like like me personally, I really don't like that thing. So generally, I would know I don't want to have it on my Instagram. Like same thing with like WhatsApp now, for example. Like there's very specific people on my WhatsApp. I don't just give my number out to anybody. So like because like they kind of it's personal stuff that I even post in my status. So like it's not something that I'm not looking for views. There are people that are checking their views. I know like I don't know, I have
Yeah.
500, I have 6. I'm 40. I don't like there isn't up to 50 people in the world that I care about. Literally.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why are 600 people keeping up with me? Like really, where's my
Yeah.
business? So it's like and that stuff goes into every other thing too that I do. Like music now,
So
for
yeah,
example, same thing.
I think the best trick with dealing with social media is just like you really can't just go into social media, just picking up your phone and then going through it and then just go with the flow. No, you really have to fortify your mental. A lot of people really do not even understand the adverse effects of
Yeah.
this social media and like how bad it is. You have to go into it like with a whole mental approach and then how much you're going to let it affect you and then what you're willing to put out there and then with this level of content with yourself and just with where you're at else it's just going to be about all the other unnecessary stuff. Like the stuff said about views now, like I mean that's just real. many people it's just the competition and the race. It's like, oh, you only have 40 views. What? Are you serious? And it's like, it's
That's
really
it.
not that serious. There's really just few people that matter, and then if those ones see that's what counts. That's what really counts. And even if they don't, they don't. They honestly do not. Like, I mean, it can't. Life can't be that serious for me. Like anything SM, it can't be that serious in any way. Like it means Twitter I like to use. Twitter is my own app of choice, and it just cause like the information there. I like anything where I get to read and then you actually type out stuff. Like I want to see that. I don't just want to see you snap a picture where you put on all the makeup that exists in the world and then you wear your best clothes or you borrow clothes or something. Like just type out stuff. Let's see your intellect or just keep quiet. Get, I know. If you have nothing to say, just keep quiet. You say something and it's rubbish, you know that, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, rubbish talker. I know. I always like things that have conversations where you can actually see how the trend of the conversation, how it goes, and then see different people's opinions and stuff. Like I actually do love reading stuff where maybe there's a trend and then different people comment on it and then you see different opinions, the dumb ones, the smart ones, and all. That's all me I take out of it. And then there's certain people I follow that I keep up with maybe because of like their motivational tweets and all. Like there's one guy I just followed on Twitter recently, one Danny Thompson guy. He's
Okay.
a very like you know him.
Mm-mm. Like
Okay.
I generally stay away from motivational speakers.
Well, he's a coder.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
coder, so he like yeah, just he's doing like this 100 days of code. So he just always up early and telling people to code. So and right now that I'm trying to get myself there where like coding just becomes not even second nature but like first nature.
Yeah.
Like I need anything like that, I can just pay on my fire. So that's basically what I use it for. Like I mean anything else. I honestly don't even go on. I'm even trying to think what I really use my phone for. Most times I'm actually really just surfing the internet itself or on YouTube. Yeah, yeah, YouTube, podcast, internet. Those are those are the three things basically I do. Every other thing is really just a minority compared to that. And I'm enjoying my phone. Like my days go so much better than the days when I would just wake up, go on Instagram, and before you know 2 hours are passed. And what did I even see, please? Like, so I want to call somebody and be like, yo, did you see Adekunle go? They see me. My God, like 2 more months, they'll deliver their child. Like, what? Like, no, man, that's just a
Uh,
colossal waste of time. And I see people doing it all the time. And it just bothers me because I want to talk, but I'm just like, nah. If this kind of thing, so the thing is, when you talk about it many times, you just sound like a hater. And then
yeah.
people just go to, you don't have data to subscribe. That's why. It's just like, okay, I'm sorry. No vex. No vex.
Uh,
Please enjoy. You that has a lot of money to subscribe, please enjoy all your subscription and all your subscription brings you. Sorry, let's not shut up about it, sure.
maybe. The thing is, I
Yeah,
think at the end of the day, it boils down to what you say, Chai. It's kind of about just doing the one that makes you happy. Because,
yeah.
like, if, okay, celebrity gossip is the one that makes you happy and looking at people that,
That's just
fine,
so
oh,
unhealthy.
like,
It's
do
fine,
you,
sure, but I
but
don't know. I
man
think
is, don't
I
come and now, it's the same people follow people follow people like that. And then same them that now come and complain about how they are feeling sad about people.
yeah,
uh
true. I feel like
So,
that's actually the
like
if
a lot of things
I
I'm
don't
interested in, say, I can't even get them. Like, for example, like the military planes now, for example, where do I want to get a military plane? I might never even enter one in my life. And I'm fine with that
true.
because, you know, just do what makes you happy. Don't people overthink some things or like they they get overinvested in celebs are not real human beings. In
They
reality,
are
they are
not
very different from what they portray. Because
completely,
one
completely.
thing I've been privy to since I got here, like my cousin kind of like manages a bunch of most of the celebs that like come from Nigeria to the US. He manages a bunch of them. So I've gotten to meet a couple of them and they are just regular people. In fact, cool,
For real?
Yeah, like this kind
Cabinet.
for the most part. Me, I don't want to come and start listing names for someone that let's just.
I don't want to put anybody on blast. Name drop, my friend.
I ain't
Drop
going
their
name drop.
names.
No way.
Drop their names.
No.
This is what we are here for. This is the content we came here for.
I have. All I can say is let me just name drop one person.
Okay.
Me and my elder brother, and this one wasn't through my cousin though. It was just a random occurrence. But
Okay.
when Washington DC, we're going to see like the monuments and stuff, and then
Okay.
like this how techno crossed the road to our side.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
No entourage, nothing. Yeah, that techno. Dude was
Oh
just
wow.
like a regular Igbo
That's
boy in
techno.
America. Like guy was very normal. Like this kind. He was in this kind of situation where nobody cares, and that's the thing. Nigerians in America, like you don't know who is very rich and who is not, and being rich in
Yeah,
Nigeria is very different from being rich in America. You get
definitely.
like okay,
Definitely. Yeah.
$5,000 now here isn't really much money. It's not what you have, and someone will say you have wealth, Abi.
Yeah.
But then $5,000 in Nigeria is a good sum of money.
Mm-hmm.
So
I wouldn't mind
some
somebody putting some $5,000 in my account right now, dude.
exactly
That would
like
be nice.
as in, so like that's more than $1 million already. Like if you have that, imagine you have that in your account. So now someone now is here earning in dollars. Maybe there are very few Nigerians. That's it. There are very few Nigerians generally that you see like Nigerian celebs who that have up to $100,000 in their account. Very few. Most
Nigerian celebs.
yeah, 100,000.
That's a bit extreme though, because that's a bit extreme, to be honest.
How
That's a bit
many how many
extreme.
celebs are A-list?
No,
Uh,
I know, like definitely celebs are not what they seem. I know they are not
uh,
what they seem. But the truth is just that money really has no value, especially the Nigerian naira. And
no,
100K is
no,
not like a big
I'm
deal.
directly. I'm not taking it at the value now. I'm just taking it at the exact like numeric value. So, how many Nigerian celebs have up to 40 million naira in their account?
Not a lot, definitely. Not,
Exactly.
I mean, like if you are taking it out. Well, but I mean, who are we to say? It's not like we have like stats we are exactly looking at now. Like this kind of
No,
generalized, it can
there are
definitely
simple ways
become
to extrapolate it, though. If okay,
okay.
based on the amount of shows one does and how their albums sell and stuff like that.
Okay, so you're looking at musicians now,
Yeah, I'm
which
just looking
actually are
at
probably like
artists
even the
because
okay. Let's
it's not going
yeah, I
to
think
even
they're
be
even top
fair
of
to
the
look
food
at.
chain now.
You see,
Artists
musicians
should be
tend
top
to
of the
make a
food
lot
chain.
more money than actors because like
Definitely,
so I don't even want
definitely.
to talk about those ones at all.
Well,
Those ones are
let's see.
uh
Okay, but like as far as celebs go in Nigeria, musicians top of the food chain.
okay. The
Are
ones
they?
at the top of the food chain, I said not too many of them are A-listers. So the top 10 Nigerians will definitely easily have that in their account code. From number
Yeah.
11 downwards is where it will be very difficult to find someone with this thing. Someone like Techno now, for example. Okay, Techno would because Techno can. He's a producer too, and producers tend to be a lot more richer than the artists themselves because even when their own music is not blowing, the songs that so
Well, but I don't know, Sha, because the producer really just produces, and then an artist from a song, he releases it in an album. He
you know
goes on
it,
the road with it, performs it at other
producers
shows and
stay
events, and then
relevant go like financially because they the music works for them. You get they're not the one that goes and promotes and does all those things. They're not covering any of those costs. But a producer always gets paid. It doesn't matter whether your music blows or not. The producer
yeah.
always gets paid.
But it's more
So
like a flat rate type thing, no? Right?
it's kind of like a flat rate plus royalties. So you pay the
Okay,
flat
well,
rate
it's a
first.
real thing.
You're paying for studio time and the time that one is flattery. There's no two ways around it. If you are going to work with this producer, you are going to pay this amount. You are going to bring 4 for Jen, stuff like that. That one it goes without saying. Then when the music is true now. So like after that, you are still going to, when the music starts making money, you are still going to, he's going to have his own share.
Depends on how that contract is set up, though.
It's for the professional ones, child. The professional ones would not leave, like what they call it now. DJ Khaled made his son an executive producer on one album like that, which automatically means his son is going to keep getting money from the album. Nas made his daughter on his most popular album. I think is Killuminatic or something. I've forgotten. I don't know Nas albums, and nobody should attack me. But he made his daughter executive producer of the album. Like straight up, like the girl gets paid every month, and there's like up till now, because that album is iconic. It's something that like forever would keep getting played. Like it's just how it is. And now that we've moved even to like streaming and stuff, it even keeps the like royalties coming steady. So producers, like I think that's where in the music industry, that's where like the job security is. If you can make it as a producer, you are good. Is if you are just solely an artist, like your life can get very difficult very fast. Once your time passes and no one is listening to you, that's all. You can keep singing and nobody will care. But somehow
can fall off too now.
Yeah, producers can fall off, but not always. Like think of like Don Jazzy, for example. Now, if Don Jazzy becomes 80 years old,
Don Jazzy, Don Jazzy, that he actually turned the whole thing to a brand. Like he became a record label owner. Like he released multiple songs and accordingly he had his voice behind it, and then he just became a household name in the way he carried it. So I know, like not every producer is like that. I'm even trying to think there's all those producers used to listen to, like back in those FET days. Now all those producers that used to always shout their names.
Some of them just changed their branding, like I think this guy Phils is the one that produced this guy's album now. Reading Makola, it's him that shouts that now. So and once you have
some of them,
some hits under your belt, as a producer, you can always sell yourself with that. Like you don't need, people will not catch you for the failures. Okay, you produced this album and it didn't automatically, because when the album, if something is a hit, the producer can take this thing for it. You can take what is failing me. Anyway, you can take credit for it. But when the album fails, the artist takes the hit for it, not you. Because I said, regardless of what happens, you get paid. But then you don't need to claim, okay, there's this song that Phils produced that did not hit. Nobody says that. There's this song that Sans Sultan sang that did not hit. But when the song has hit, then it now becomes a producer matter. He can now start checking him out. And that is usually what happens. So like they're like at a safe distance from your failure. They are very deniable when they need to be.
Yeah.
So it's why if you notice some, what they call it, like many artists tend to like produce themselves, and it makes their life simple because that means their best albums. Exactly. M.I., Eminem, Kanye West, like
Eminem produces himself.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
But he has a lot of beats that he gets from people, though.
Yep. But like a lot of his songs are produced by himself. Like the thing is, the thing with someone like with big artists is that they don't want, most times when an artist produces himself, they can fall into a trap where all their songs sound alike.
Yep.
So most times, exactly. So most times, what they do is they like having other
multiple sounds
producers
and
exactly, and
they
then
shake
they
things
throw
up.
in their this thing. There are very few people that are able to actually produce to the extent where the album sounds like each song. Like
Like
John
who?
Bellion now,
Guess
for
one.
example,
Yep.
and
That's true.
he is because he's like the most gifted
Is he?
producer to ever. If you see it, like, have you watched the making of any John Bellion? Like, he has a
Yeah,
lot
I
of.
have.
I've
Kanye
not
West is
seen
a beast
any
studio.
producer that like feels the
Kanye
music
West is
like
a
that.
beast though.
Kanye West is a beast,
Kanye
but
West,
this guy John Bellion is something else. Like he's
well, I get that too because like now I'm actually one of the biggest John Bellion fans you'll find, and I've actually seen in the making and the processes he goes through, and just God, just this song.
like
Is it Kingdom Come, I think, and like the way he clicked for them to get these cymbals and put in the instrumental to the extent where he had to actually go in the streets and go and look for all the people that played cymbals like by the roadside, brought them into the studio just to get that sound. Like it was even not more, maybe like just eight bangs that he
yeah.
banged, and then he incorporated it into the sound, and I'm just like,
I
what?
see.
Like this is too.
Wait. Like, is it some days? Like when I'm studying or something, when I'm coding, I have two monitors, but I usually have like John Bellion doing his stuff on one side, and then I'm doing more. Like watching him, like the thing inspires me. Like the guy, the way he's walking, like there's. I don't remember the making of which song it was, but there was like this guy with these trumpets, but and then it's like, okay, play it like
Okay,
this,
I think
and
I've seen
play
that
it like
one
this,
too.
and like pa 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 pa, and like just
Uh,
do it slow. They just enjoy it. Like this guy,
luxury,
his luxury here. Like
yeah,
he kind of like you can tell Ko that he already knows what
yeah,
the song is going to
actually,
sound like down the line,
even before,
even before
yeah,
he
like
even starts
he
putting
actually
it
has that
together.
thing. Because even
That's,
the chick that he got, the Odrame or so, to
yeah,
sing her part, like he knew exactly what he wanted her to do before she
yeah.
came in, and then hit like those notes, like he knew the notes he wanted her to hit and all, and it's like,
I
God,
see.
like, what do you even see in your mind? Like, it has to be like a dysfunction in a way.
Exactly, and the guy cannot now dance. So like, there's you see him really enjoying the team, but without rhythm, his body doesn't have any rhythm. So just like it's so good to watch. Because like he's like another animal. Like this guy, he's something else. That's what I say. Like
Honestly,
I
there's some
think
people that I don't know, like the way they take the things, you just think there is nothing else on earth this person is supposed to be doing but this. Like
yeah.
John Bellion is one of those. It's one of like
Yeah,
what
he
even
says he
pains me is like,
sings to promote his producing abilities. Like it's not as if
yeah,
so
and
you
he's even
don't he
detailed
doesn't
at
even promote
rapping
his
again.
albums at all. Like he just does it just for the fun of it. Is the
Like that guy is actually an all-round skilled guy because he raps, he
yeah.
sings, then he write like a lot of hits that people don't know about. He's actually the one that
He,
wrote them. Like he has written songs for Rihanna, Beyonce.
exactly.
Yeah, like nah, I get this. I even wonder why, like the spotlight is not on him as much because he should be known. There's people like me and like I'm like maybe I'm listening to a John Bellion song and they're like, who are you listening to? I'm like John Bellion, and it's like, who is that? I'm like, who is John what? Who is John Bellion? Who is he? Like wow, like the rock you've been living under. Like you,
As
nah,
in,
man,
you
you're
know,
not lifting it.
there's one funny thing, Ko, is that there are people that okay, like there's a lot of my friends, for example, that only listen to Nigerian music, and it's not just that they only listen to Nigerian music. They just listen to what is in the mainstream. So whatever trends that week is what they hear. Like they're not like
Yeah.
music fans per se, or like you say, okay, like I'm a Afrobeat fan or whatever. Like they just kind of like hearing Nigerian music and that's all. So there's people like that. But then
Like Nigerians do, she.
yeah, mostly
Okay.
safe. But then there's people that okay, like for me now, what I'll call a music fan will be
Mm-hmm.
someone that likes music, knows the kind of music he likes, and then like this kind, you make a conscious effort to actually seek out that kind of music. Like it's not just because okay, I like this guy because he's popular, that kind of thing. Like for me, that's not a good enough reason to like any artist. What is this? So like me now, I'm crazy about production. So it like one thing I have spent a lot of my life's money on is sound. Like I have multiple kinds of headphones and speakers, and it's like because of how much I like music. So like
I'm listening to production and all that.
Exactly. Like sometimes I can, if I'm listening to a song now, I might have heard the song 100 times and not know the lyrics. But chances that I don't know the notes of that song is very low. Like it's very low. So it makes it possible for me to even hear songs that are not even English. Because like what I'm enjoying most times is like the beat at the back and all of that. And the extent to which someone even produces a song too matters to me. So, like for example, now I have like my main headphones has like it separates the sound very well. So if there's a flute and a trumpet and a piano at the back, I will hear all of them individually. Like it has a big enough sound stage, and so like I actually pay attention to all those things, and those are the things that actually make me like enjoy the music. So sometimes now something like hip hop, like regular hip hop that everybody likes, most times I tend to not enjoy it because like it's not my thing. And then you say it out and people are like, no, oh my god, how would you not like hip hop? Oh my god, are you not a black guy? Wow. Like fam.
Right now, I didn't know hip hop is.
Like I listen funny enough, I listen to a lot of indie hip hop but not like, and it's been a while
since
since
the main indie artist that I follow.
Henderson, Abstract, like
Abstract.
Abstract is a white guy safe. So there's Lucidius.
And he's a rapper, like full on rapper.
Yeah. Then there's this guy with Lowry.
I think I should. Coronavirus.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. I'm probably thinking of somebody else. There was one guy that dropped one mad jam on the whole pandemic when it just started. But what in his name? He had a weird name like Abstract, but I don't think it's the one. But well, okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
but what do you think of Kanye West though? His production.
Yeah, I like Kanye West's music too. Like Kanye West kind of is like he puts in that effort to like this kind. Kanye West for a 4-minute song can get an entire choir or an orchestra to play just a 15-second part of a song.
Yeah, and like that's just crazy. I'm like,
I appreciate that kind of thing, that kind of devotion to music. Like
honestly,
if there's anything like if I don't mind when I got here and I could afford to pay for one subscription and one subscription only, I was paying for Spotify because of music. Like I don't care about anything else. I don't care whether I'm not watching things or it's not my business. Like I listen to music at the very least. On the low end will be 19 hours a day. Like on the low end.
Ooh.
If not, there are days that it will be that 24 hours. Like I have a speaker in the bathroom. I have speakers in my room. Like there's a speaker at the very least in every room in this house. Not to talk about like headphones and all of that. So I sleep with music playing. Like sometimes I can be listening to podcasts and there'll be music playing in the background of that podcast. Like this can I
don't get how, like on two different speakers.
Yeah. Like I maybe like just listening to this thing on my earpiece and then there's music playing on my, like I have a cluster of Google Home speakers in my room.
Oh, wow.
So there may be so like this kind. The amount of music I consume. I don't know if you know these guys, AJR.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I do for sure now.
You know,
Don't tell me they have a new album. I'll hate myself if they have a new album. What's the name of the other album?
Neo Theater,
Not 33.
or the one
Okay?
before Neo Theater.
I think the one before it definitely has to be the one before because that's not the name of the album I know and know.
Which song?
The Click. Thank you.
Oh,
The Click is
okay.
the album I have. That was 2017.
Like I play every single 8 years. Like there's no song they have that
Mm-hmm.
exists that I've not played
So
at least 10 times. Like none.
are you saying they have an album after The Click?
Yeah. They have Neo Theater. Neo Theater is like came out in like August or so. Saw me to relook. You've not listened to Neo
Oh,
Theater.
don't worry, I'm downloading it now as we speak.
Guy, you showed me. Like this
New
song
Theater.
itself. Yeah. This song Neo Theater
Yep,
itself,
yep,
cool.
yep, downloading.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
Hand of God. Like see that
Ooh, like John Bellion's Hand of God.
yeah. Like
I say it's like the hand of God, literally, or John Bellion's hand of God, because
it's
that John Bellion's hand of God was like the actual hand of God. To be honest.
exactly like this song too is like that. Like this kind okay, so
Ooh, Turning
it,
Out Part 2. Wow.
AJR
Okay.
AJR songs,
I can't wait
because
for this.
AJR albums usually have a theme that they're always following. Like it's kind of like a story from the beginning to the end of the album. So like
Okay.
the New Theater is kind of like talking about maybe the theme generally is kind of like coming of age, like becoming an adult, moving out of your parents' house, that kind of thing, starting an adult life for yourself. So that is the theme at the back. But turning out is actually that's what turning out is about.
Yeah.
So
So,
the album kind of has that. The first
okay.
song in that album, and then that last song, that Neo Theater, like two of them cool. Like if especially if I'm hearing Neo Theater, you see me geeking out about the song. Like this kind, like okay, their main brother, the one that does the music production, him and John Bellion cool, is the same sound that God used to make two of them. Like
But honestly, the first time I listened to them, I really just thought they were just trying to emulate John Bellion. Like honestly, the first time I listened to it, I was kind of even beefing. I was like, yo, because initially I used to be like, John Bellion is so unique that you would never ever find another person like him.
like them
But
cool.
this was just such a close replica. But like when you continue to listen to it, like you can kind of feel the originality.
Yeah,
Even though
like
it has
this kind.
that very similar sound.
Okay, like there's a making of one of their songs that I watched. The guy was like that they are the producing brother, because they've been these are guys like they've been making music together since they were small. So and most of the instruments they make the instruments by themselves. Like this kind, the brother will just maybe sit down, hold like cup to the this thing, to the mic, and then hit it. When he gets the exact sound he wants, then he'll go and synthesize it on the computer and then get another sound out of it. Or he'll just come and making some very weird sounds. He essentially created his own kind of music. I think he was calling it talk step or something. Like
what?
no, I say he called it talk step or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, talk step.
Yeah,
okay.
but like this guy, his way of making music, he kind of like invented it himself for their music. So like as I say, when you see him and you see John Bellion, like they're kind of like the same thing, but they're also different in their kind of way. Like, and there's a way things just tend to just kind of add up when they are doing their stuff. Like the brother that does the singing does his own this thing. The one that like everything just kind of like makes sense. That's like for the most part, I say I would
like it's a very complete synergy.
Yeah, and
you would what? You would what?
I'm like,
I feel like you're about to blaspheme.
Maybe I would say that you see this amount of like originality and like hard work and like this thing cool. it's the reason I listen to indie artists and upcoming artists. I don't. It's not something I really
Okay.
see from like the professional. Like,
Established
yeah,
artist.
they just come and they follow a pattern that has been established to work for 100 years, and
Oh,
like,
yeah, I get that. I can kind of get that. Because even like, I don't know, like J. Cole too now that came into the game and then you know that he produced all his songs. And that thing actually too is a very attractive quality for me. I think the artists that I respect the most are those that actually do the production themselves. Like you produce, you mix, you master, do every single thing, and then you record, and
yeah,
then you just flex all these very creative muscles and they bring out this final product that is just insane. Like no, I respect that hustle like a whole lot.
yeah.
Somebody like J. Cole, so I don't even think he's producing as much. I think he has actually gotten to a kind of pedestal where he just but I don't know, I wouldn't know Sha, because I don't detect his sound like that really. And then most times I even hear his songs of late, like there's usually always like some other producer they talk about
Mm,
like middle child. No, I don't think J.
mm.
Cole produced that one. So
I
yeah,
think
but
probably he
actually,
got
yeah,
he
funny
got
enough.
some flack maybe for the older songs, and then just
Well, yeah, actually, there was always that he has this very similar sound. She like he
yeah,
had a
because
very
like Rick Ross was like that
unique
for a
sound.
while. Like you are listening to a Rick Ross album, track one passes, track two passes, track three passes, and it sounds
Was
as
he
if you're still
producing
listening
himself
to.
or
He wasn't producing himself. I think it was Lex Luger that was producing for him. But all the songs in the
okay?
album sounded alike. All of them sounded like you're listening to
Yeah,
Pandemonium.
yeah,
So like this kind, like track one has ended, track two has ended, track three, and the songs are long. They're like 7 minutes long. So you're like 30 minutes into the album. It's still sounding like track one. Like fam,
yeah.
like that's something I can't like respect people like okay, like the John Bellion, AJR, okay, like abstract now that I was talking about. Like he has his there's this guys drummer battalion that do the apart from having a badass name like their production to make sense they too are like indie like the things a lot of the indie guys also are friends with other indie guys where all of them kind of like support each other and then everybody's helping each other do the hustle so like there's most of them kind of like distribute their music through like swaggy tracks on YouTube and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
on Swaggy track now, you find a lot of people like people similar to Abstract and Henderson and the rest. And you now start seeing people like okay, like Drummer Battalion, like this kind. The the sound are very distinct. Like when you start kind of like having an appreciation for that kind of songs, then you now start moving away from like the traditional because normally there's an expectation of what like rap songs are supposed to sound like. But then when you
Mm-hmm.
now start seeing all the flavors of it, you're like, okay, it's not necessary that like all songs have to sound like this kind. If you're listening to Joyner Lucas now, it's going to sound maybe similar to what like this other guy that's always um I've forgotten that his name. Um it just came
Logic.
to my head. Logic in here. Like they sound kind of
Yeah.
in the same room, so to speak. It's different from do you know NF? Like
Yeah.
many
Yeah. Not don't
many
follow,
Nigerians
but
I've
yeah, I
spoken
know
to don't
enough.
really know NF sha. But like you see like okay, someone like NF now sounds kind of like different from them, but you can kind of tell that they're on the same floor in the hip hop building, so to speak. Like they're just maybe in
Mm-hmm.
different rooms. One is in the bathroom, the other one is in the store. That kind of thing. But there are many layers to like the hip hop share. So like me now I kind of like enjoy different ones and depending on the mood. Like sometimes a lot of the distinct songs like they get too aggressive sometimes and then the punchlines go in and like
Yeah.
see I'm not here to study. Like I don't want to have to attach brain cells to listening to this song. I just want to like hear the song, sing along.
That's why I get over. That's why I know this might sound like blasphemy to some people. I'm not even the biggest fan of Prince Lamar, to be honest, because many times it just feels like hard work. Like, are you? What are you singing your songs about? Like, please don't give us puzzles to have to break through. And
I
I mean,
see.
I'll hear what I'll hear, and then somebody else will come and start telling me, "Did you hear how he linked the slavery and the software?" I'm like, bro, like I don't need all these things. I just want to have a good time and have fun with it. Like that Black album, was it Black or To Pimp a Butterfly? God, that album
Yeah.
is they had the
It's
hardest thing I've ever
boring.
listened to.
I don't,
Like
that
that's
album is
that's
boring.
I'm just like when and people say that's a legendary album, like it's definitely like top 20 hip hop albums of all time.
It
I'm like,
should
eh?
be, but it's still not entertaining. Like
I'm just like maybe
that's the thing. That's my primary focus when I listen to music or any kind of it should be entertaining first of all. This is supposed to be entertainment.
true.
And if I
Yep.
can't get entertained, I'm not interested because every song is
Yeah.
interesting to
There are some
somebody.
yeah. There are some
And
particular songs where you know that these people are actually just actively trying to sound complex and sound new. And it's like you really don't need to do this. Like there'll be some
exactly.
particular songs when you will have like very weird production styles and then just the concept and all this. Like Kanye West actually does that thing sometimes and I'm just
Yeah.
like you don't need to actually go this far. Yeah, like just stick to what you've been doing. Works nice, give us awesome production, give us beautiful lyrics that I can relate to, not trying to do some futuristic type, mind shut. Like chill, bro.
Saying they either
Just
doing
chill.
that or they'll be taking okay, like Kendrick Lamar now, like he'll be sampling some kind of very olden days. And like I did not
Like
like these sounds then. I don't like them now. Like so for the most part, like I say, almost everything in my life is curated, including my music. I don't like your music, I will not hear it. Like nobody can pressure me into listening to Kendrick
yeah,
Lamar. Oh my god, guy, you're just not woke. No,
yeah.
you're just not
I feel like
how you be a guy, you know.
exactly. I honestly feel like a lot of Kendrick Lamar fans are just fans just because other people are fans, and
Yeah.
you don't want to seem like the people that can't be his fans.
I'm
Okay,
saying
like it's really just peer pressure at the end of the day. But I'll speak on it. Kendrick Lamar is not on some projects. Yeah, he's okay, but he does that his whole thing a lot. Like he did Kid Match thing wasn't bad and it was okay. There are things that we really relate to. People butterfly. Nope. Nope. I was just out of the park. Damn was good. I like Damn. That
yeah.
was actually simple,
Siko, I like
relatable
the
stuff.
commercial
And then he now
ones.
did
Like
yeah,
I
you
love
get
myself because he actually makes those
exactly.
ones entertaining. So I can
And
consume it as
that's many people
entertainment.
and then the worst people on earth are the ones that'll tell you God, like you like shallow things. That Kendrick
Mm.
Lamar giving you shallow people his shallow content. I'm like, oh, you don't mean it.
I
So you're
sing.
deep. Wow, okay. Go and
uh,
excavate yourself some more, right? And
I like
enjoy your deepness, enjoy your depth.
uh the thing is,
Just
okay,
like
if you are deep now, what do you still gain from it? Because nobody will when you die, you leave this earth. Nobody will look at you like Gandhi or like this kind like as
did
arist.
you get wow, that guy was deep.
He was deep, man. Like
His music taste,
Socrates. I mean,
his music as
like
in
it's open source
Aristotle.
deepness all of us have right now. Like most deep people say don't even have sense. Funny enough, like this kind, you can't ask them for basic
Hmm.
advice on real life things that they will give you any sensible advice for. So like what
Oh,
are you now being deep
fake
for?
deep, oh,
Like no guy, okay,
deep
like
learning.
this song now it's speaking to like oppression in like the Middle East and like bros, I just
As
want to
in,
hear song. I just want to listen to music. I don't
I just want
care.
to have some fun, please.
Like exactly. And
Like,
like Siko,
you
if you want
know,
to
this Queen of the Clouds, this thing that I was telling you about. Like, can you remember this album? I know.
what's album is that?
Can you? Yeah, Queen of the Clouds and Tovlo.
Yeah.
You didn't listen to that album?
And I did.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I know it was you that actually I had it from the first time I ever listened to it.
Yeah.
And for me, it turned to a smash hit. I don't even know what happened. I remembered it. I remembered it. I downloaded it and then I started listening to it again. And I'm like, oh, damn, this album was the shit back then. So I posted it on my status as per like my own personal thing that I'm feeling. That's how
Yeah.
someone came to message me like pop, really female pop. Like wow, I didn't think this of you. I'm like,
who am I?
I'm like, really?
Pop cool is my favorite genre of music. Like, if you see me in my car, like this kind, me and my sister were laughing the other day about something like this kind. Every time you see me outside, like when I'm like walking to work or going to class or something, like I'm with very big headphones. So bulky black guy headphones. What you're expecting is I'm listening to something like Kendrick Lamar and I'm like this kind. I'm like jamming up and stuff. And then I'm in my destination. I'm a Barbie girl. Yeah, there's one. There's a video on my what they call it that I uploaded recently that I was dancing one kind of cat dance like that. Like I don't care. Like if I enjoy the song, I'll listen to it. And pop is generally very enjoyable.
That's really what should matter.
As in something
That's
like
what should just matter.
you should see me singing along to like Taylor Swift and stuff. We are never, ever, ever. What is my business? We're not getting back together. Like, someone's calling. Like, I remember the time that people like, there are these guys that were trending that year. Okay, I've forgotten, but they were like this kind of like deep, like hip hop guys. Like, Terror used to feel them.
Group of guys.
No, not group of guys. There's this specific, not Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse do not as deep as these people. I'm telling you, they were depressing.
No, okay.
I'll figure it out, yeah. But like this kind, there are times where people will trend, like people like okay, maybe like cannibals now, like this kind immortal technique.
Oh, okay.
I never really enjoyed those guys. Like this kind, their music was not entertaining. Like they were saying things and they were moving.
But you know, funny thing with those guys, I like them. Like I don't like them on songs, but I like them when they are doing their whole underground rap scene, freestyle battle. Like I'm not mad at that.
I'm down
like,
for watching battles. Cool. Battles are not meant to be entertaining. Cool. Like this kind, the lyrics of the battles are not meant to be entertaining.
You bopping and dancing.
But imagine now you are listening to an album and the entire album sounds like a battle. Like, why? Why?
You know, honestly, that's one thing I wonder. Like, you mean I would actually pick up my phone for a platform that I subscribe for paid money? I'll go and download your song, and you'll be coming back to tell me how much you fuck my bitch and then take my money from me and then show me how much I'm a punk ass dude. Like I'm like, wait, so I came to download you to tell me this. Like I needed you to come and inform me about this. Like I'm just like at some point I was like, what's the point? You know, I was talking to a girl also recently and I was like, sometimes I feel like girls themselves are even their own problems in the sense that, okay, you talk about all the content of all these songs and they want people to say, like, okay, I could be talking to a chick now and I would say something and she'd be like, yo, you can't tell me that that's offensive. And 2 minutes later, she's shouting it in the song that a guy raps it to her. And I'm like, wait, so what are we even doing here? Like, I don't understand. Is it because you can see me? Like, is it really offensive when visible?
Yeah, not a star. Like, you don't have that.
Feel like I don't.
You don't have the money and the status. That's why.
Okay. No, that means you.
That's just the truth. Because most
at the end of the day,
some things are not offensive to people depending on who is doing it. You know, like imagine, think of it like this now. Maybe like a very like fine guy like this guy like Ramsey Noah in his prime before he say balding and shit. Like just came and then came and like rubbed your girlfriend's hair from back. They've never met from anywhere before. And then it's like, baby, hi, just come and start stalking. Like, oh my God, he's cute, that kind of thing. Cool. In the same vein, now imagine, I don't want to call anybody's name now before they say I call somebody ugly. But imagine an ugly guy or an average looking guy, say, like somebody that is like 5/13, goes and like same doesn't have money, normal looking, wearing his I'ma keep shirt, come and rub rub the girl's hand, like, hey baby, it's like I slap you.
4-5 fingers on the face,
I see. So
I must the print, right?
Something is currently disgusting because of who the person is. Like,
like honestly, we're about to start getting offended. People being offended by us. Like, what the hell? You're literally telling me that I didn't reach. I didn't reach till this because I've not gotten there yet. Wow.
Yeah, that's
don't just worry, because of people like you will make this money to bastard levels and then come and be offensive with your ass.
Yeah, man.
Actually, it can very be wild. It can very be bewildering sometimes. Come and be like, you glorify what other people do. Man, at the end of the day, no matter what anybody says, everything is all relative. It's always all relative. Only very, very few things are set in stone as like just one standard way that happens. It's really all relative at the end of the day.
I think even the set in stone things in 2020, some of those things that were set in stone have started becoming up for debate. Like, it just depends on who did it and who is defending them. If not, some things literally should just not be, What, like, yeah. So generally, most things are just like that. Like, most people forget that there's the individual. Like, it's not just, one size doesn't like fit all for everything. Like, people are entitled to like what they like, and then at the same time, you should even sometimes maybe try to understand why someone likes something first before you even start trying to even like criticize, because like someone now coming to approach you on your own phone with your own ears telling you that why are you listening to pop music, girl pop? Like, I like one of my favorite things in this world is girls' voices. Like, this kind, if I like somebody cool, their voice matters a lot to me too. Like, this kind, it goes along with it. One of this something that attracts me a lot. Like, I can hear somebody's voice alone and like them before I even turn and see their face and stuff. So like, you can't come and be hitting on me.
That's not you. I think that happens to everybody.
So like this kind, like hearing this very nice feminine voice and this is very attractive, and then someone is telling you that you should not listen to, and then someone now uses that same voice to sing and stuff. Like, it's fine. Yes, it doesn't take from me. It's like me now that likes Fanta, and then guys feeling like, no, real men should be drinking Coke. Like, why? Because it tastes like punishment. Like, this kind. So now I don't see sense in some of those stuff. Like, everybody's free to do them. Like, do you? Is okay. Like, and the funny thing is that it's usually the people that kind of do the most generic things or the least of anything. Because I think like one of the previous podcasts we did, we're talking about like gaming now, and then people that tend to only play soccer on their PS will now be the one casting you for playing every other game. I'm like, there are some very, very good games out there. It's like God of War, for example. Like, it's a classic game. You don't even play it. Like, there's so many other games apart from, and you that plays only one come and somehow feels like you are the, like, this kind know all and be all about what should be entertaining or not. As in a person that is only listening to like underground hip hop now, like of which there's like maybe 4 artists.
Yep, and somebody like that will not feel like their own palette is just like the most refined, just because they are listening to the most violent lyrics. Just because they are able to decode people speaking so violently on themselves. I'll take an AK, stick it up your bum, and wait till your mom comes, and then it's done, and then some banging on the drum.
Exactly. What? I'm like, see, cool. If I decide to put my I decide to put my intellect towards some of those songs. And many of these guys that are rapping are writing these songs. are very average IQ niggas. I don't think they will write songs that I cannot understand. Like some things you just don't get them because of like location and upbringing. Like there's a line that there's an MI line I understood recently because I came to America. If I didn't come to America, I wouldn't have known. And it's not because okay, I was dumb that I couldn't understand it. It's just because okay, like there was a
Just
line he dropped to
location.
like State Farm. State Farm is an
Okay.
insurance company.
Okay.
State Farm is not an insurance company in Nigeria. So MI
Yeah.
now, having been someone that has been here, knows that State Farm is an insurance
Mm-hmm.
company here. So he wrote his lyrics and used it in a punchline.
What's the
Which
line?
I swear to God, I can't remember this song. I'll try and find it. Like I'll find it and play it for you. Like this kind.
Okay.
So some things are like that, and I've actually started like decoding a couple of stuff like that are kind of like geography dependent. But for the most part, like most songs,
Yeah.
like I'm like, it's just punchlines. It's not that difficult. Like we do calculus on a daily, and I'm sure that most of
Yeah.
these guys cannot solve half of the maths that we solve. So I wouldn't even
Yeah.
say that most rappers are smarter than like I'm not this one. I'm not even talking of people like John Bellion that we know that are like smarter than everybody else. I'm talking of those guys that are just like
It has a different level of IQ.
exactly. But someone that
Yeah, and
just
that's
talking
why
about I pick an AK, put it to your
for
head,
me,
and it goes flat.
I don't know, I would always respect, yeah, I would always respect an artist that like does, for me, it's almost like vertical integration with like the music, in the way the music is curated and put out, minus the whole having to do with sales part, yeah. Like, I
Mm.
mean, from production to the voicing and all that, like all the layers in between, anybody that actually puts time in doing all that, like that's what I love to see. Like you are an artist, you are a professional at this, and not just okay. Maybe you started by just messing around, and then was a hobby that just kind of realize
Yeah,
that oh, you're quite good at it. But the one thing that should make you a professional should be like the extent to which you actually settle down, put your time and effort in this, and then play around with it, innovate, like
mm,
make something novel for us. You
exactly.
don't just feel like I really feel that your point, Sha. Like I never actually really thought of it that way. That most of the OGs just because of their OG status, Sha, they just enter studio and it's like, you have a beat for me. Okay, line the beat up, just rap by it. Then there's maybe like 70 different people working on the whole thing. Like have
Mm,
like 5 people on engineering, have another 7 people on like writing. It's like, yo, at some point, man, they really don't need you for anything. They just need your name to just
that's
be
it.
like, okay,
That's
yeah, this
just
guy put this song out. Yeah. But most times, that's really what it is at the end of the day. That's really what it is. That's
I
really
like
what it is most
yeah.
times. And maybe that's why I still respect Kanye West, even though his music has, the music has really, the quality has really dropped. But like to even with all his OG status and all the fact that he still sits in that studio and then produces
Yeah, I
from
think it's
scratch,
because
sample, does all the samples himself.
he geeks out for music. I think he's someone that actually enjoys making music. So
Yeah, yeah, no, no, yeah,
like that's
he
why
does.
it's different from because I'll say okay, let me even pick someone that people respect whose music I don't enjoy at all. Um, like a Pharrell beat now, for example. Like
Pharrell, you don't like Pharrell.
at all. Like
That guy has a very funny, he has a very likable personality, though. Like just
no,
talking now,
it's
is actually very
I don't like
likable.
Pharrell music. Like Pharrell is fine as a person. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Pharrell's music? So it's just because I'm happy I can recall. Okay, and then this one with the what's
Is
the
he even
Daft
the one
Punk
that actually
guys?
produced Happy though? I think there was like a very
Any
large team on Happy.
right, you know.
Yeah.
Any song I see him on, I always presume that he's the one that he produced it
The,
because I mean that's what he
then
does.
someone like okay, like there's this guy, like I like him on and off. Ryan Leslie. Like
Man,
sometimes he enjoys his songs too much, which annoys me sometimes because like there are some songs he will make that are straight up boring, and this guy is just jamming to it. Like, bro, this song is not that good. Like, it's not that good. Just keep your head down. But like most of those guys too, like this kind. The thing is, okay, I like Ryan Leslie Cole, but not as a producer, like more of like as a businessman. Because like, I heard him speak one time, like that guy is crazy smart, but his production is it's kind of all over the place. Like his songs are not really all that entirely. He will make it very well in South Africa. Like he does that kind of their music where it's almost not bass heavy. Like in fact, some to a good extent, there might not be any bass. Then this guy, Alicia Keys' husband, someone's production I like too. You can always do
Swiss Beats. But the thing with Swiss Beats is that all his songs sound similar.
Yeah, like he always does that. He's this kind of person that he has one tune. He's kind of like Lex Luger in that aspect. Like he's always trying to like recreate that like military kind of this thing on that tone. Like there's always those military drums at the back, and like his songs that I enjoy them. Yeah. But then like he's not versatile in that distinction
at all. Like I think that thing like the versatility.
And many of them, I guess, they said for the most part, most of them just get conceited. So like every day I keep finding new artists, but it's only those new artists I'm actually interested in. And like this kind,
I think Spotify actually does a very good job.
Yeah, like God will bless them. Cool. Yeah, like their recommendations are on point. Like Spotify knows what you will like. This kind of okay. I make playlists, and most of my playlists I make are by mood. So if I start a playlist now, all I need to do is find 3 to 5 songs that I want the playlist to sound like. It will start recommending songs under that playlist. And those songs are going to be on point. And most of those songs are going to be of artists that you've never even heard of. But you will enjoy those songs. Like, I've discovered so many artists through that. Like, through like recommendations. And
get to discover people. Like, I don't have that patience, to be honest. Like, if I do something like that and then I stumble on one bad song, I'm like, okay, quit. We're not about to do this. Everything has to be good and great.
Like I can sit somewhere. Like I can just be like, some days I'll be leaving class and then I'll sit down on the staircase outside our department, and I might be there for 3-4 hours. I'm building a playlist like this kind. I'm just hearing songs and skipping songs, and I swear to God.
Are you serious?
3-4 hours. Yeah. Like the thing is,
for me that's like 2 podcasts.
Wow. When I get into that mood, like I will not notice that time is passing. Like creating a playlist itself is almost as enjoyable as listening to the music for me. So like this kind, I can just be there. Like so, like I have so many playlists on my destiny right now. Like this kind, if you account like here now, I can just be like some of the songs I was talking about now. I'll just like push you a playlist, that kind of thing. But Spotify likes to be proud. But I'll see if I can recreate the same things on Apple Music, and then see if I can push some of them to you. Like this kind. If I can. I've not really, I wouldn't say, like, okay, like my elder sister now tends to enjoy music. Like, she has music that she likes, but she enjoys my music too. So most times when I like create playlists and stuff, sometimes I push them to her. And then I enjoy like, that whole, the process of doing it and then sharing it and, bringing joy to people's lives. Just take it. Like this kind of letting people discover new artists and stuff like that. Like, I think I recommended HR to you too, Nabi. Or
no. That was funny enough. I remember how I stumbled on them. was back in school. I was listening to John Bellion and then I recommended it to somebody and the person heard it and the person was like, you won't believe these other people that sound just like John Bellion. Like, I think he even asked me, John Bellion in a band? I'm like, nope, he's not. And I was like, but he has a band that sounds exactly like you. And I'm like, it is not possible. Like, this is the most unique sound you will ever
Uh,
hear. And then he plays AJR for me and I'm like, what? I'm like, guy, and then I went to do my research different. Like, how is this even possible? Like, I mean, like what I said, initially I was like, yo, this is just a rip-off and all, this is followed John Bellion's script. And all, I think I was even checking online if there's any ongoing suit that John Bellion has against them because I was just too sure that there has to be something. But like
what
after a
year
while,
was
then I
that?
really started listening to it. I'm like, that was like when I stumbled on it,
Yeah.
that was 2 years ago, 2018.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah, that was 2018.
But like,
Yeah,
I think they're
that
one
was
of the
2018.
first songs I heard when I got here. Like, I think I heard in the airport too, so I just shazammed it. Then I
Oh,
was not
you heard it
hearing
from
it.
the airport.
Yeah, not hearing it over and over on the radio. And like, okay, maybe I should look into these guys because like they had very interesting lyrics that time. Like this guy,
Yeah,
their videos
yeah.
too were
Actually,
very
their
funny.
lyrics is like very profound.
Yeah,
You know, I kind of like the lyrics from like my favorite song on this thing the click is "Come
yeah,
Hang Out." You know, "Come Hang Out."
yeah. No, come hang out.
I
Like
love like I don't know, I just love the lyrics. I love how simple it is and just like where they are at, like come hang
that's
out because they are missing a lot. Come hang out, like be your friend, we'll chill and be here for you. Like forget this music thing they are pushing and all. Just come, let's go hang out and all. And my guy is like, I'll be there next time. And yeah, even the overture, like no, like
yeah.
nah,
Oh,
that
oh,
the
oh, yeah.
whole combo
They
of
always
everything.
have that Hand of God song in the album. Overture is like like a mixture of all the songs in
But
the album. Like
yeah, but like honestly, do you not feel like they follow John Bellion's script?
not that because
Because
no
when I
see
had it, I was like,
okay the thing is I think they've been singing since like that's the click code.
no,
It's
but
not the
they before
first.
John Bellion. That no, I know, I know.
Let me
You know, I
check
know
it
they
and
have
see.
stuff before. John Bellion's first album, I think, was Translation Through Speakers, and that was
Let,
like 2011 or so.
let's see. Hand of God.
No, Hand of God is not John Bellion's first. Okay, you want to see?
No,
No,
like I
Hand of
want to
God came
compare
out
it
before
with
this now. That was,
Overture.
no, Hand of God is 2014 now. That's the Human Condition. That was 2014.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
no, actually that
yeah. That's
was
why I was
2016.
actually Human Condition is 2016.
Yeah, I just saw it on Google. Overture. Yeah, GR
Wow. Oh,
CH.
wow. 2016, I was confident was
Yep.
this thing was.
And
Oh, okay.
Overture is
Definition was
2015.
2014.
So actually, Overture came out
Overture
before.
is it 2015?
Yeah, so it came out before this thing. They have a lot of music, like a lot. Like if I start playing HR today, to probably beat till like if I start in the morning, their songs are going to be playing till almost evening.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might take a couple
Wow.
of
Well,
days.
this is actually mind blowing.
Exactly. That's I don't. The thing is, I
Wow.
don't think
Overture is.
like either like they copied each other. Cool. Like it's just this kind
Mm-hmm.
of there's nobody with a unique idea in the world. The what is unique is the person that actually acts on the idea. So I think the same inspiration goes around to plenty people, and then someone decides to work on that inspiration, and that's the person that gets it. So I was thinking this kind
Yeah.
of thing that just came, and then two of them just were because um okay, they did an entire album and then they did a medley of the album at the end of the this thing, cool, which means their own entire album came before John Bellion's entire album too. So, and I
No,
don't
did
think,
it? I think
yeah, This Living Room album was 2015. John Bellion's
Which
album was
album
2016. The album with the overture is 2015.
was it?
Yeah.
Can you confirm?
Yeah,
Because
no,
I don't know. My Apple
I'm
Music
looking
and
at it
2017.
straight from the internet.
No, it's 2017 now. The Click itself came out in 2017.
No,
Like the album. The
Overture
album.
is Overture is not on
Okay,
the
is it the
Click.
single?
Overture is on Living Room.
Oh, Overture that I listened to was on the Click. Oh.
Yeah, but it's not actually on the Click. It's not on the Click album. Like it was released on the Living Room album.
Hey, but like then that's crazy because Overture like was a combination of all the songs on the Click. Are you
Yep.
saying the songs on the Living Room was similar to the songs on the Click?
Wait.
But Overture in the Click was actually a combination of the songs in the Click album. Like 33 was in Overture and Come Hang Out, Netflix Strip, and Bud Like Me. Like it was actually a
No,
combination of all the
Overture
actually
is the
there are two
first
different
song
overtures.
in this thing. And I think what they did was take okay, let me see the songs in
Or maybe they
Living
had
Room.
two overtures. Come hang out with you out of your mind. Then I'm listening to some AJR today. Overture. Yeah, there's this thing. Yeah, there's an
Yeah.
overture. The very first song on the Click.
Yeah. Yep. But Overture here is in the Living Room. So I
So
will
that
listen
means
to
like
the
basically they
two and
just do
see.
overtures.
No,
Okay.
they actually
Maybe
just
they
have
basically
actually
just the
there's
Neo Theater, do they do
I think they are
okay.
still the same song.
Because okay.
Because there's a video for Overture too, and the video for the Overture is based on the one in the Click. And that's the one with Come Hang Out inside, weirdly enough.
By the way, that way you got the inspiration for the Living Room podcast I wanted to do initially.
No, not really. I just kind of thought about it
Oh,
from the
okay.
angle of like we're just going to be sounding like guys that we're just hanging out in the living room. So like
Okay,
that's
got you.
supposed to be the spirit of the podcast.
Anyways, I'm glad I stumbled on new music.
AJ,
But like, yeah, on the new album. But like, I don't know, sure, I've gotten this in music. Like, I really can't. At most, I can listen to an album, but after that, I'm done. Like, listen to podcasts with that time. Like the times I said you used to curate a playlist and like
yeah.
I don't know, I'd rather sit and then go look for podcasts and then just download because the podcast I also feel like I'd be getting information on the move. And I'm always very highly interested in hearing people have like a particular skill or expertise and then just talk about it very freely and in a very, in an
Yes.
environment where there's no real constraints or anything there. So I'm a sucker for that. And I don't podcasts have really made me fall off music like in many ways, in so many ways. I think music is mainly for when I work out. Yeah. Like when I work out, like you can't really use a podcast to work out. Like it's not really that it doesn't really pump that hard, like as much as music. So like yeah, definitely. It work out. Work out. Maybe that's when I'll listen to a GR. So when I work out in the morning. Yeah.
What do you call it? Anyway, I have a lot of interest, sure. That's the thing. If I follow anything too much, I get bored. So like there may be a week that will pass and I'm not listening to any podcast at all. And then another week might come and then like I'm just listening to podcasts back to back to back. So it's just kind of like different, sure. And I think to a good extent, I think I like music is my go-to for everything because a lot of times I don't want to give too much mental bandwidth to something. Like if I'm coding now, for example, I can't listen to podcasts. If I'm trying to solve a mathematical problem, I can't listen to podcasts. So music usually can suffice in that kind of place because I'll still want silence. sometimes if it gets so serious that even the music I can't even hear, I'm just playing rain or sounds of the ocean. So like podcast most times it means like if I'm listening to a podcast, I'm either driving somewhere or like I'm just lying down on my bed. My eyes are tired of looking at screen. So I just want to turn on the podcast and then turn off the phone, just lie down next to it and hearing the conversation and stuff. But I try because sometimes I can fall down the trap of trying to be educated by everything. So sometimes I don't always want to be in that mode where I'm just learning and learning because like I have a lot of useless information in my head about some things. And it makes one interesting
Is
at
there
parties,
anything
sure,
like useless
but
information?
not necessarily. But there is though, like if you can look into my brain, you'll find a lot of useless information there. So
Mm.
like
It would be useless to maybe have to just use it as a one liner in a conversation and it could just end up being like a very, very important
yeah,
point to
yeah.
drop
The
in the
funny thing
convo.
Ko, is that
Like,
sometimes where there are some conversations I've been in where I've said something
mhm,
that
mhm,
that info that I dropped, I learned it in primary
mhm,
4, and it
true.
was like I had not used that info for anything since then.
Information, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
that
the first
happens.
time. Like, so, like, based on that,
Yeah,
I like learning and stuff, but sometimes I just want to like
yeah,
just rest my
true.
head. Like, it's okay if you don't learn anything
So
today.
there should be downtime.
Yeah,
I mean, but actually, you're learning a lot now. Like, I mean, you're actually doing your PhD and you have your hand in how many ports? Like, so many ports.
mm,
Like, you're actually learning like a whole lot. And you have like a particular structure to learn. So,
yeah,
like, I'm sure when you have to do the whole unstructured learning again, that's like some extra work and stuff.
yes,
It could be some extra work, sure. So, like, I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand that.
mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I
I don't
guess
know. Me personally, sure.
hmm?
Guess what?
No, sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, okay. No, no, Ishmael, I'll just say, Misha, like, I get you when you're like like, how you always talk about use case now, like in your own,
Yeah,
the things you do now, like, I mean, it's music definitely over podcast, but like for me right now, where I just want to soak up whatever information I can, and it's not like things my own things in front of me are not exactly as clear set as they are for you now. So like just give me whatever information you can. I just want to soak it up and then whenever I need it, I'll need it. When I'm more set in what I'm doing, I can now pick and choose easily and easily, define things. That might sound twisted. Some people, maybe somebody
yeah.
could hear that and just be like, wow, so you don't have any plans. Okay. Well, I know what I'm saying. I know what I mean by what I'm saying. Anyway,
Exactly.
so
The thing is, like, me, I've learned to because um I think after this podcast, I'll send you a link. So you please take a personality test, like that. This MBTI personality test. I'm curious as to what your personality is,
um,
but like apparently, Sha, my own personality, we tend to create a lot of like theories about things, and like I'm crazy about how things work. Like I like knowing how things work so that I can like break them and make them into something else and rearrange. It makes my life very simple. So now I have a lot of theories in my head, and usually a lot of these theories make sense. Where it becomes difficult is explaining those same theories to people because like some things require a lot of like prerequisite knowledge. Like in order to maybe um in order for you to understand this simple thing I'm talking about now, you have to have understood how this thing works, how this thing works, how this thing works, so that you know how I came to that conclusion. So I may explain something and it doesn't make sense. And it's not that it doesn't make sense. it just doesn't make sense to you because like you don't I can't properly give you my train of thought because like there's info that I have that you probably don't have, or there's a way I'm looking at it that you're not accustomed to looking at like that. So I've kind of learned to make peace with that and just accept it that okay, most people don't think like that. So it's okay if you don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Just trust that it will work most times. Like that's just how it is. Or at least if it's something that is even specifically about me, then just don't worry, I'll be fine. Like as far as it works for me, that's what matters.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
person not really
At the
understanding
end
why
of the
you're doing
day,
what you're doing. You
I think
shouldn't.
at the end of the day, and like the greatest thing anybody can ever do is really just find your own path and then what works for you and then stick to that, commit to that.
Yeah.
To many other people, it really makes sense. If it makes sense to every other person, then you're pretty much doing what everybody's supposed to be doing. You're not doing the thing that
Yeah.
you are supposed to be doing. So, yeah, I guess that is how it works. The biggest challenge is usually just finding out your own exact path and then what it is you want to do. I think once you've done that, then you're good to go.
Yeah. Just follow what makes you happy with sense. Like with yeah, anyway, yeah,
Yes.
with sense because there's a lot of rubbish that also makes us happy that you shouldn't necessarily follow. So
Mm-hmm.
one should count like
Like drugs.
exactly.
Drugs make a lot of people happy, and they tend to follow that without sense. And they can't exactly speak for all those people now because they are where they are.
As in, just
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
This sounds
Well,
like a good chill
end
to
of the
end this.
podcast. Go yeah. Anyway, we'll
Yeah,
record an
yeah.
ending, so we don't have to. Let me stop the
This
recording
actually
here.
feels so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this clip from the episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We end up uploading everything as a full episode, maybe like 2-3 hours long. So you can enjoy this on Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from. Just we just put it out there, just have fun and just talk about random stuff. So if you enjoy this, share this with your friends, subscribe to our channel and talk about us, just spread the word. Thank you very much.